Hello everybody, welcome to my channel, Trucking Prowl, another episode. I'm going to be delving into the all aspects of the job really. This is mainly for newer drivers, but there will also be some other good things on there. So I just want to basically tell you and give you a little bit of insight what to expect when you become a Class 1 HGV driver. So I'm going to delve into things like pay and just things like that, and so on and so forth. So basically, as a HGV driver in the UK, at the moment you can expect to earn between £30,000 up to 40,000, 50,000 if you do an ADR tankers, or if you want to go tramping, that's usually around the 50k mark as well. Now, it does vary, obviously, depending on location, what part of the country you live in. I live in the southeast, near London, so obviously the rates are a bit higher down this way, as the cost of living down this way is a lot higher. But yeah, generally speaking, I'd say sort of south, you're looking at minimum sort of 35 up to 50. Now, there are a lot of jobs out there where it's down to you how much you earn. If you're willing to do the overtime, put in the work, then it can be 50k upwards. Me personally, I'm not a tramper. I just do day work. So for any of you that don't know, a tramper basically means someone that's out in the lorry, sleeps out overnight, goes basically the whole length and breadth of the country. The reason I don't do that is because I have a young family and it doesn't really suit my lifestyle at the moment. Might be something that I consider later on in life, in the long run. But yeah, for now, what I do suits me fine. A lot of companies as well for HGV driving do pay weekly. This is actually the first company I've worked for where it's actually monthly pay, but I don't actually mind that, so it's okay for me. Now I'm going to talk to you about things to expect as a new driver. The first thing I'll say is, if you haven't passed your test and you're thinking about doing your test, don't be put off by the advertising 2 years minimum experience. A lot of companies do have this, but what I will say is there are also probably just as many companies, especially nowadays, that will take new drivers. Now obviously the reason being for this is, as a new driver you are likely to have more accidents. You know, it's just the way it is. It's, you know, you're new. A bit like when you pass your test for the first time, your insurance is sky high. But obviously as years go on, it gets better and better and better. Also, just to let you know, if you are thinking about becoming a HGV driver, there are a lot of companies out there that do want you to be 25 plus for insurance purposes. It's nothing against how young you are. It literally is, that is all it is. It's just insurance purposes. Some people are get a bit annoyed with it, but at the end of the day, if it's a small company, then you know it's a cost that they're not going to swallow. Some of the bigger companies, obviously, they won't mind so much. But yeah, I mean, my first job as a HGV driver, and I would recommend it to anyone, was trunking. For those of you that don't know what trunking is, that is basically where you're working for. Basically, you're delivering refrigerated frozen goods, and you're taking it from one warehouse to another big warehouse, or in some cases from your base to like say a big Tesco's or Aldi or whatever like that. So the thing that's good about that is, obviously as a new driver, places that you'll be going will be well suited for HGVs, and you don't feel as pressured to do your manoeuvres as in reversing onto a bay. There'll be lots of space, people can usually get past you, and you can take your time, and it's a brilliant way of learning how to reverse, basically. Something that I do now is a little bit more difficult, a little bit more challenging. Some people, you know, go into it with open arms and do well, and some people it just isn't for them. I go to a lot of builders merchants and places like that, which are usually quite tight. There's usually quite a lot of obstacles in the way. So you have to have your wits about you a bit more than you would if you was going to the DC or RPC. So yeah, that's always a good tip if you are looking to get into it. Maybe just look at starting with a supermarket or something like that. Also, a lot of people get anxiety when they look at a lorry and they look at it and they see how big it is, and they think, oh, I couldn't do that. There's no way I could reverse a lorry at all. But it's like anything. The first time you got on your bike, you probably fell off a few times. It hurts. It takes a long time to get used to it, but eventually, within a couple of weeks, some people a bit longer, you'll be fine. Like anything, you just adapt, you get used to it, you'll learn how long the trailer is. As long as you're careful and take your time when you are new, and you know, just don't hit anything, then it doesn't matter how long you take. It's all part of being a new driver. You've got to overcome these challenges, and I'll be honest with you, I used to do very hard labour jobs. I done truck tyre fitting, basically all sorts of jobs like that, and do you know what, I wouldn't go back. You couldn't pay me enough to go back to doing a job like that. Getting my HGV licence was the best thing that I could have ever done. Not only is the money almost double what I used to earn, the stress, actually no, that's a lie. The stress can be stressful if you're going to tight places like London or stuff like that. But as time gets on and you get a bit more experience, you start to not worry about it so much, and you become a bit more calmer, and you deal with things a bit better. So yeah, look, if you're looking at doing your HGV licence and you're putting it off for whatever reason, my advice to you is stop putting it off. Get down there and get it done, because it changed my life for the better, and yeah, I wouldn't go back at all. So yeah, I hope this helps a little bit. If you've got any questions, then let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe.